Jai Shishi Guru Garanga Gandvika. I'll start again. Jai Shishi
That
Guru
voice is
Garanga.
terrible, isn't it, Tony? Terrible.
It is.
Yeah.
Jai Shishi Guru Garanga Gandvika Girid Hari Radha Vinod Bihari Chichu Ki Jai. Nichilida Pavishta Om Vishnu Parashta Tarshta Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Swami Maharaj Shila Gurudeva Ki Jai. Nichilida Pavishta Om Parashta Tarshta Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nichilida Pavishta Om Parashta Tarshta Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Maharaj Ki Jai. Nichilida Pavishta Om Parashta Tarshta Shishimad Bhakti Balabhatirtha Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nichilida Pavishta Om Parashta Tarshta Shishimad Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nichilida Pavishta Om Parashta Tarshta Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Govinda Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nichilida Pavishta Om Parashta Tarshta Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nichilida Pavishta Om Parashta Tarshta Shishimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Param Gurudeva Ki Jai. Nichilida Pavishta Om Parashta Tarshta Shishimad Bhakti Dayata Madhav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nichilida Pavishta Om Parashta Tarshta Shishimad Bhakti Rakshak Shira Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nichilida Pavishta Om Parashta Tarshta Shishimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Jagat Guru Nichilida Pavishta Om Parashta Tarshta Shishimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nichilila Pravishta Paramahamsa Shila Gauri Kishodas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Nichilila Pravishta Sajtidanand Shila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Ki Jai. Nichilila Pravishta Vaishnava Savabhoma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Gauri Vedanta Chari Shila Baladevi Jibhushana Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai. Shila Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Jaya Ki Jai. Shila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatam Bhatta Raghunatha Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath Sad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Swarup Damodar Roy Ramanandari Shri Gaura Prasad Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Shila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prema Se Koshi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Shri Gaura Bhatta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Antadip Mayapur Simantadip Gojumajip Majajip Korajip Vrijajip Janujip Mordajumajip Vrijajip Patmakashi Navadip Dhama Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Goko Vedanta Rashavana Makashi Braj Mandala Ki Jai. Shri Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Jumana Ganga Tulasi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Sudarshanaji Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dhamma Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Rathayachi Ki Jai. Nashinga Bhagavan Ki Jai. Bhakta Pravashi Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Charo Sampradaya Ki Jai, Akanamat Raj Chaitanya Mat Ki Jai, Shri Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti Ki Jai, Shri Devananda Gaudiya Mat Oda Anyana Mata Samuha Ki Jai, Shri Harinama Sankirtana Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Brinda Ki Jai, Samagata Pata Brinda Ki Jai, Shri Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So Yashodaji suggested we just sing Jai Radha Madhava today. I'm sorry, I don't know what page that is in the songbook, but I'm sure you all know the words. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janabalaba Jaya Girivardhari Girivardhari Jai Gopi Janabalaba Jaya Girivardhari Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Ballabha, Jaya Girivaradari, Girivaradari, Jaya Gopi Jana Ballabha, Jaya Girivaradari, Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari, Jai Girivaradari, Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari, Jai Radharaman Bihari, Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari, Jai Radha Vinod Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Sudarshan, Jaya Subhadra. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Shri Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Dandavats, dear Tarani, thank you so much for your beautiful bhajan. And thank you also for so often kindly responding to my spontaneous request for you singing in the affirmative. Although I ask you so much now, you must always be half expecting to sing. So I'm not sure, you're probably always half preparing yourself that you might sing, but it's beautiful. And you have a lovely devotional mood. So I appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Just give, okay. Anapita charim chirat karunaya vitirna kalau samapayitum unato jvala rasam sva bhakti shriyam hari purata sundara dyuti kadamba sandipita sada hidaya kandare shkuratu va sachi nandana Vanchika Partubischa, Kripa Sindhuevacha, Patitanam Pavenabhyo, Vaishnavabhyo, Namanamaha, Omagyan Tirumandasya, Gyanjana Slakya, Chakshumilitam Yana Tashme Shri Guru Namaha Chinada Pisa Nichana Tarora Pisa Hishtana Amani Namanadina Kitni Sadahari Vachavigam Anashakaravigam Jivigam Udurapasthavigam Etam Vigam Yovishahete Dira Savamapimam Pridvim Sasasyat Anya Blasta Sunyam Gyan Kamadiana Vitam Anukalenia Krishnu Shilam Bhaktutama Tatenu Kamsam Susamik Shamano Bunjana Evatma Kritam Vipakam Hitvak Papu Bivididam Namaste Jivata Yamukti Sadayabak Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shadvaita Girata Shivasdi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Offer my humble obeisances to my beautiful, illustrious, magnificent Gurudev Srila Bhaktivedanta Naranga Swami Maharaj, and to the entire Parampara, to all the devotees who are here today and those that will watch this in a recording later. Very exciting day today. It's Rath Yatra in Puri, and also it's World Sankirtan Day, the International Day of Joy, and we've got about over 100 Sankirtans out in various cities and towns across the world, from Australia to Canada, from Brazil to Siberia, and they're live streaming at the moment at www.worldsankirtanday.com/live stream. It's so beautiful to see all of these wonderful Sankirtans of all different types across the world happening at the same time. Very, very beautiful. So that's going to be going, that started at midnight, i.e. 12 hours ago, and it's going on till about 2 or 3 in the morning tomorrow morning. So as I normally do, I normally explain where we are in our 64, we're doing 64 of these in total. This is the 40th Gurudeva memory out of 64. So using a human clock, we're at exactly 3 p.m. if 40 out of 64 is equivalent to 3 p.m. And if you like working in the day of Brahma, we are on the 9th Manu, the 54th Chatra Yuga, and we're just at the cusp of the Satya and Dwapar Yuga. So there are 14 Manus in total. And I thought I'd let you know who the Manu presiding is, and that is the Daksha Savami Manu. So that's where we are in the day of Brahma. We've got a beautiful lineup today. Our first speaker, I'll be going over to Sriman Lilasukha Prabhu over in Tasmania. And then we'll be traveling all the way back to India, to Faridabad, where husband and wife, Srimati Yogamaya Dasi and Sriman Bihari Das will be speaking from Faridabad. So I will make an announcement about another event happening, but I'll do that a little bit later. So let's go to our first speaker, all the way to Tasmania, which is on the southern, if you go all the way to Australia, and you go to the bottom right-hand side of Australia, and you jump over the small amount of water between Australia and Tasmania, that is where he is. This is Sriman Lilasukha Prabhu. I'm really, really happy that he's speaking today, because not only did he have association with Srila Gurudev, he has had association, well, he has association because, of course, the Vani is present tense, the Vapu may be past tense, but he had Vapu association with Srila Bhakti Rakshak Srila Maharaj, who is really one of my favorite acharyas. His writing, his mood is so extraordinary. So I'm always excited to meet devotees who had his association. Prabhu first met the devotees in Texas in the United States in 1980. And he took Harinam from Bhakti Rakshak Srila Maharaj and Diksha in 1986. And he met Gurudev on Gurudev's first tour of Australia, which was in 1997. So Prabhu, please offer us your beautiful Pushpanjali. Very, very warm welcome. You're amongst family here, so no nerves. Just imagine you're on your sofa in your front room and we're just having a chat. Haribol, Dandavat Pranams.
Dandavat. Om Gana Tamandasya Gana Gana Salakaya Chaksur Minitamyana Tasmai Sri Gurve Namaha. I offer my obeisances to that Gurudev who with spiritual knowledge has opened my eyes and removed the darkness of ignorance this material world. The and how has Guru done this? He's done this with spiritual knowledge. The spiritual knowledge that is given to us is mostly coming through hearing, through listening to him. And when Krishna left Vraj and he entered into Mathura, it resembled Krishna leaving the spiritual world and entering into the material world. And Guru, he represents Krishna for us. He leaves Vraj and he comes. Gurudev would leave Vraj and he'd come to the Western world to preach to us, to give us this spiritual knowledge. When Krishna entered Mathura, all of the Mathuravasis there, they saw him differently according to their different moods. And the cowherd boys that were there, they saw him. They had Sakyabhav. They saw Krishnas in terms of, oh, that's our friend. In the older Mathura Ramanis, they saw particularly the ladies. They had some parental affection for Krishna and said, oh, this is we have to protect him. This is a very unfair fight for this little boy to fight with these great big wrestlers, Chandra and Mustika. And Kamsa, he saw Krishna as death personified. And the Mathura Ramanis, they had heard about Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, and they were thinking, oh, how much fortune the gopis have, that they saw him in his Braj mood, in his Braj dress with a peacock feather, where we see him with he's just killed a giant elephant, and him and Balaram have got little speckles of blood and elephant tusk over their shoulders. So all of these five primary rasas were there, but there's also the 7 secondary rasas, the Hasa, Abhuta, Vira, Karuna, Rudra, Vibhats, and Bhai. And I wanted to speak about these today in terms of my association I had with Gurudev, because I was so fortunate. So from something like 10 years, I got to travel the world with Gurudev and saw him in so many different settings and so many different situations. And I personally got to experience all of these different rasas coming from Gurudev. And so I'll begin with Hashya Ras, this ras of laughter, of jubilation. We were in France, south of France, Toulouse. We're having festival there once, and Gurudev had he liked to spontaneously ask for plays to be put on, and he would Lalit Mohan and myself and different devotees at different times. So there were always the two of us. We put on this play of the Bhagavad Gita, where the guru has given his disciple the Bhagavad Gita to study, and then he's left him alone. But the disciple has he's come into difficulties. He can't. The mice have eaten his Bhagavad Gita, so he's got to get a cat, and then the cat is starving, so he has to get a cow, and then he's too busy with the milking the cow, so he has to get a wife, and then the wife is upset, so he has to get children. And Gurudev had asked Lalit Mohan and I to spontaneously put this play on one night, and it was in there were lots and lots of children there at that festival in Toulouse, and Lalit I didn't know he'd organize this, but I was the good neighbor, Mr. Patel, giving him advice to get the cat and to get the cow and to get the wife and to give the wife children. And when it came up to the time for him to get children, he had organized for dozens and dozens of these French children to come up, and they were all his children, and they were running around. And the wife of Janavajivan, who had some experience harassing her husband, was chastising him, and it was such a scene. And Gurudev just cracked up with laughter. It was so funny that the material world had just overwhelmed this brahmachari disciple in such a mood, and so overwhelming, with all the children and the wife harassing him. And Gurudev was laughing, saying, "Oh, see, this is your life." So that's the laughter pastimes that I saw of Gurudev. Now moving on, Hasa Abhuta, bewilderment. We were in back in Australia. I used to have a bullock cart that I would bring to the festivals. I had one bull here that I would come to the festival, and Gurudev was staying. I was also staying there with my bull and cart, and the program was not far away, maybe only 3 blocks away. And one day Gurudev asked me, "Oh, bring my bull." He wanted to go by bullock cart to the program. So we went through this suburban neighborhood in Australia by bullock cart with a kirtan behind, and all of the people in the neighborhood that heard the kirtan, they'd come out to the front door and they'd open up, and just in astonishment, they'd look out and they would see that here was this beautiful Indian sannyas in a bullock cart with the kirtan, leading them through the streets in front of their house. And with that astonishment, I looked back at Gurudev, because I was driving the cart, and his face was just full of astonishment, reflecting that astonishment from these people. And he looked at me and said, "Oh, this is preaching." And I said, "Okay, this is preaching in the mode of astonishment, astonishing people to remember the kirtan and to in the names of Krishna." Now, for the third secondary rasa, Hasa Bhuta Vira. Vira, this mood of conquering. I am this chivalry mood. I was fortunate enough to go with Gurudev the first time we went to Costa Rica after the program in California, Badger program, Los Angeles program. We got so many devotees Ramesh had invited us, said he'd look after all of us in San Jose if we could make it to Costa Rica. So we chartered pretty much half of a flight, and about maybe there were 40 of us or something that went to Costa Rica. And when we arrived, there was an ISKCON sannyas who was coming through, and he saw Gurudev, and the two stopped and showed some respect and pleasantries to each other. And then after he left, Gurudev looked at us and he said, "Oh, how many people are traveling with him?" Because he had one brahmachari with him. And he said, "Now, how many are traveling with me?" And he moved his finger out across the airport there, because there were about 40 of us traveling with Gurudev. Okay, now the Hasa Bhuta Vira Karuna, mercy. How merciful Gurudev could be. Everybody knows the pastimes of Gurudev. Everywhere he goes, he's giving us mercy. Probably some of the more merciful times I've had with Gurudev is he let me hear the Gayatri mantra from his lotus lips again. I'd heard it the first time from Sridhar Maharaj, but only briefly got explanations. But 3 more times I got to hear it from Gurudev and hear his explanations, because I'd introduce somebody that was taking Diksha mantras, so I could he allowed me to sit and listen to the mantras and the meanings again. He was so merciful to me in that way. Hasa Bhuta Vira Karuna Rudra. The anger. How pastimes of Gurudev being angry. The one that comes to my mind the most is because he was angry at me. in the it was in Alachua in Florida. The first time we went there, we would I was staying with some devotees a little bit distance from them, and I was dependent upon the devotees to get us to the morning walk. I always like to go on the morning walk. You arrived early, you could go up, you could give your Dandavats to Gurudev, you could touch his feet before he started the walk. And it was something I looked forward to, but my ride was late one day. And I thought, oh no, I'm late. And I get there and Gurudev has already started walking, and he stopped and he's talking to people. He's speaking Harikatha to the different devotees. They're asking questions. And I'm looking and say, oh, geez, I'm really feeling, geez, I didn't get to touch Gurudev's feet today. I'm wondering, well, there's his feet right there. So I did a silly thing. While he was speaking, I just knelt down and I quickly and softly touched Gurudev's feet, but he felt it. And just, oh, hey, who's touching my feet? And oh, no, geez, this wasn't right. I know I should have known better than that. Because the words that are emanating from Guru's mouth, you don't disrespect those in order to take the dust of his lotus feet. I knew that all along. I just became overwhelmed with some immature desire to take the dust of his feet, and he asked, "Who is it? Who is this?" And then when they told him, "Oh, it's Lilasukha," and then he realized, oh, he's somebody traveling with me. He's somebody that should have known better. And he's somebody that's not going to leave me just because I become angry. And he became so angry with me, made such an example of me for everybody else to know it there, that the words emanating from the Guru's lotus mouth are the highest. You don't disrespect those to take the dust of his lotus feet, even as much as you want, and as high as mercy as that is. Okay, now with Hasa, Bhuta, Vira, Kruna, Rudra, Vibhats to discuss the past time I saw where Gurudev was most disgusted. We had this bull and cart that I had in Australia. I came to a festival in my godbrothers had a festival in his farm in Willenbar, Vrajabalava, and in the morning walks I had the bull in the cart out there, where Gurudev would come to the morning walk and he would give me and the bull some mercy. He'd get in the cart and we'd give him a little cart ride up and down a quite isolated road because it was early in the morning. He got out of the cart and he asked me, he was curious because he asked me, how much is this? Because it was really nice looking, very well behaved bull. And he asked, how much is a bull like this worth in Australia? And I was a little bit surprised with the question. So I just told Gurudev what I knew is, oh, Gurudev, in Australia, they sell this bull they'd sell by the kilo. And Gurudev said, what? He didn't understand what it meant. So he turned to Brajanath, and Brajanath explained what it meant when they sold in Australia, they sold cows and bulls by the kilo. And he became so disgusted when he realized that this is what they were doing in this country, that he started thumping me in the chest, and he ordered me, do never ever sell that bull. And I said, of course not, of course not. We don't do that. Now the Vibhats and Bai, the last what to talk about is fear. Pastimes, this is one that I haven't seen so much in Gurudev, but we were in Jagannath Puri. It was Prosatoma month, and we were doing Parakram of Jagannath Puri, and we'd finished our Parakram near where the original Jagannath deities were, the log that the original Jagannath deities were found. It was near where Gurudev's the ashram where he departed from. And the devotees said, all right, we'll go swimming in the sea. But one of the Gaurachandra, he dove into the water and broke his neck. And when he came out, it was he had, of course, he had to go to the hospital. He was in traction, and that night, Gurudev, he from the Vyasasan, he was begging all of us to donate to help with the because Gaurasundar, because he needed an operation to put a titanium plate in his neck to get him out of traction. And I came up to Gurudev, said, "You can give me donations directly." And I said, "Okay, I'll take advantage of this." So I managed to stand up and get through the masses of people to give a donation directly to Gurudev. And I say he had fear because he was fearful for the outcome of his devotee. He wasn't certain how this was going to come out. And what later I heard that actually the operation, maybe it got him out of traction, but when he finally got back to America, he had to have it redone because the operation hadn't been done properly. So it was a very very unique sort of experience to actually Gurudev could have fear as well, because that is one of the secondary rasas. There, all of these rasas I found present in Gurudev, and they come out at certain times to glorify to show his glories even more. So I think maybe I've covered everything, and probably my 30 minutes I might have covered that as well. So I'll leave it here and thank the devotees, for all of the devotees that have helped me, that inspired me to remember some of these pastimes of Gurudev and explain them to as best as I can. Vanchakalpatrubhyascha kripasinivevata patitanam pavanivo vaishnavyo namo namaha.
Prabhu, that was really incredibly beautiful, and something I'd never thought of doing, because some people come on and they concentrate on the Vapu relationship, so they'll share various really sweet pastimes they had with Gurudev, and then some people kind of go the orthodox route and they're that purely Divani, but and some people integrate the two, and you're in the third category. You've actually explained all the rasas by demonstrating them through how they're expressed and exhibited through Gurudev's actual behavior, and that's really brilliant. That seed of that idea is really brilliant, and I really appreciate that, because Gurudev, the amazing thing about Gurudev is he was also able to exhibit changes of mood at the spin of a coin. I mean, he could go from one very grave mood to a mood of laughter extremely quickly and back again. So, and actually, he always kept us on our toes, because we never knew actually what mood he was going to be in. Yeah, that's very special. Thank you so much. And we look forward to you speaking on. Actually, it's a good time to do a little bit of a promotion on Guru Pranim, because Guru Pranim this year is on the 24th of July, which is 24/7. That's 2 weeks yesterday. What we're doing is we're starting on the 22nd of July. And we're going to be doing a 64-hour Zoomathon, which is going to be covering every country you can imagine, from the Chinese to the Brazilians, from the Chileans to the New Zealanders, from the Canadians to the Russians, and everything in between. But the really special quality of this Guru Pranim is that we're celebrating, worshipping, and begging for the mercy of 14 Nityalila Ashtatara Mahabhagavats. So obviously Srila Prabhupada and obviously Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, who are the two with the largest following, but also such amazing acharyas like Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, who is the guru of Lilasukha, and Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Maharaj and Bhakti Vigyan Bharti Maharaj and Bhakti Kamala Govinda Maharaj. I mean, I'll have Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Maharaj. So it's really going to be really a wonderfully super non-sectarian event, because we need to remember Guru is specific and very unique, but also is Akhanda, is also indivisible, is also one. So this beautiful combination of Guru being both diverse and one is going to be imbibed in this event. So it starts at 8:45 a.m. UK time on the 22nd, and it finishes on at midnight on the 24th. And we'll be promoting it through the normal channels on Facebook and on WhatsApp. You'll get, I'm sure, lots of messages in the next couple of weeks. Prabhu, I hope you can stay with us for a little bit. We have two more speakers. We're going over to Faridabad now, and I'm going to, I think I'm going to introduce you both at the same time, because some husband and wives come to devotional life at different times, but you've actually done the whole thing, the whole journey together. So it makes sense for me to introduce you both at the same time. So Srimati Yogamaya Dasi and Sriman Bihari Das are both based in Faridabad in Uttar Pradesh, just near Delhi in India. And they first met the devotees in 1997, and in that same year met Srila Gurudev, so came straight to Srila Gurudev. Didn't hang around, they took Harinam on Gurpurnim in 1997, so you'll be celebrating 24 years. Actually, next year will be quarter of a century, Harinam. And in 2005, you took Diksha. So actually, I don't mind who goes first. So it's up to you who goes first. I've got down that Srimati Yogamaya Das is going to go first, but if you want to switch the order, you're very welcome. And Sriman Vipin Bihari Das has just joined us, and he has very kindly volunteered to do the translating, because we're going to be speaking in Hindi. So Vipin Prabhu, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I hope my voice is audible.
Fantastic. Not that great. Can you make it a little bit more? Anything you can adjust at your end?
Yeah, I'm actually right now. I'm in the Govindev temple. So am I audible now? Is this better?
You're audible. Quite a lot of noise behind. Is there?
Yeah, I probably have
place?
to. Yeah, I have to probably go out. I'm actually in Govindev, so let me just. Yeah.
We'll wait for you a minute
better?
or two, because it'll be better if it's quiet in the background.
Okay. So who's going first? I mean.
Who's going first? You,
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Danvat Pranam.
who would like to go first?
Yogamaya Dasi.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, you got that all organized. Very good. Very
I
good.
will speak in Hindi.
Yeah, Vipin is just going to go to a quieter room so that we can hear your Pushpanjali clearly. So
yeah, I think this one is better, right?
Oh, that's much better, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so Didi and Prabhu, when you speak, perhaps speak in fairly small amounts at a time, so that Vipin can translate easily. If you speak too much, it's hard for him to translate. Okay, over to you, please.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapasadamlam Shri Guruva Vaishnavasham Shri Rupam Sagarjatam Sahagana Raghunatham Tam Tam Sajivam Sadetam Sadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Dev Shri Radha Krishna Padana Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padana Sahagana Lalita Vishakhanvitasya Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Bhagavate Krishna Prema Pardayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurave Namah. He Krishna Karna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Gala Shri Radha Kanta Namastude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vrindaya Tulsi Devya Priyaya Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatyaya Namo Namah Panchatattvam Krishna Bhakta Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhakta Sankham Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Shri Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. सबसे पहले प्रभु जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णु अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत श्री नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज है। नारायण गोस्वामी गुरु महाराज के चरणों में अनंत कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम। उसके बाद सब जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् भक्ति विज्ञान भारती गोस्वामी महाराज जी के चरणों में दंडवत प्रणाम। हमारे शिक्षा गुरु श्री भक्ति वेदांतशील सिद्धांति गोस्वामी महाराज जी के चरणों में दंडवत प्रणाम एवं समस्त गुरु परंपरा के चरणों में दंडवत अनंत कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम। प्रभु जी, हमें इतना बोलना तो आता नहीं है, लेकिन ये है कि गुरुदेव की कृपा से ये जो गुरुदेव की मधुर स्मृति चल रही है, ये मेमोरीज ऑफ श्री गुरुदेव में हमें बोलने का अवसर दिया गया। इसके लिए हम श्याम सुंदर दासी दीदी और यशोदा नंदन प्रभु एवं विपिन बिहारी प्रभु सबके चरणों में हमारा अनंत कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम। हमें इसमें शामिल करने के लिए आप सबका बहुत बहुत दंडवत प्रणाम। और गुरुदेव से हमारा जो पहली बार हम गुरुदेव से मिले तो ये 1997 में हम गुरुदेव से मिले थे।
दीदी मैं एक बार बोल देता हूँ, एक बोलता हूँ। So I really thank Shri, all the devotees who have welcomed us on this program. We are not accustomed to speaking like this, but I really thank all the devotees who have welcomed us here. And by taking Shri Gurudev's lotus feet in our heart, we will try to speak. We met Gurudev the very first time, that was in 1997. Aboli Didi.
हाँ प्रभु जी, तो फिर जब हम 1997 में हमारे फ्रेंड सर्कल में प्रभु जी के फ्रेंड सर्कल में हमारे फैमिली फ्रेंड्स थे, तो हम वो हमेशा अपने गुरुदेव के बारे में बताते थे कि हमारे गुरुदेव ऐसे हैं, हमारे गुरुदेव से मिलो, गुरुदेव की बातें बताते थे। तो बड़ा सुनकर बड़ा अच्छा लगता था। तो बचपन से ही भक्ति भाव वाली हम लोगों की फैमिली थी, और क्या कहते हैं, इस चीज में हमें कभी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई। प्याज लहसुन हम लोग बचपन से ही नहीं खाते थे, कभी शौकिया तौर पे थोड़ा बहुत खा लिया तो संग का प्रभाव हो जाता था, तो हमें इसको छोड़ने में कोई कठिनता भी नहीं हुई। और कुछ पिछले जन्मों के ऐसे संस्कार हुए कि गुरुदेव का मिलना ही जन्मों जन्मों का ये कृपा होती है। तो फिर उसके बाद जब वो हमें जब गुरुदेव की बहुत
दीदी से मैं एक बार कर देता हूँ, आप एक 8-10 लाइन बोल दीजिए, फिर मैं करता हूँ, वो फिर ज्यादा हो जाता है ना।
ठीक है।
So Didi is trying to say that her husband Prabhuji had someone in his friend circle who was a devotee of Krishna, and who would always tell him about that Shri Gurudev is like this, he speaks so wonderfully. So through that reference, they came in contact with Shri Gurudev, and it was very natural. Right from birth, Didi and Prabhuji has been born in a family where Krishna's devotion flow within their veins. So they were very used to the style of Krishna consciousness. When they met Gurudev, immediately they felt that that is the success of their life. And when it comes to giving up onion and garlic and all those little things, which for other devotees can be a lot of challenge, but for them it was quite easy. बोली दीदी।
तो गुरुदेव को क्या कहते हैं, जब उनके बारे में सुन के हमें इतना अच्छा लग रहा था, तो हमने उनसे बोला कि चलो हम भी चलते हैं आपके गुरुदेव के दर्शन करने। तो हम लोगों ने गाड़ी करी, और गुरु पूर्णिमा वाला दिन था प्रभु जी। तो गुरु पूर्णिमा वाले दिन हम अपने सब पूरी फैमिली, उनकी फैमिली, हमारी फैमिली सब गए, और मथुरा मठ में हमने गुरुदेव का पहली बार दर्शन किया। तो ये है जुलाई क्या कहते हैं 97 की बात। तो उस टाइम आई एम प्रेग्नेंट, तो केशव था। उसके बाद क्या कहते हैं, फिर उनको जैसे ही उन्होंने लाइन में लगा दिया, तो लाइन में लगा दिया, फिर वो कह रहे कि होता ही है जेंट्स लोगों को कि भाई आप ले लो, हरि नाम ले लो। उन्होंने कहा हरि नाम ले लो। हमने कहा ठीक है, हम गुरुदेव के दर्शन करने आए हैं, हरि नाम मिल रहा है तो ले लेंगे। फिर उसके बाद प्रभु जी ने लगा दिया, और फिर जैसे लाइन में लगा के और मैं गुरुदेव के पास पहुंची, तो गुरुदेव ने सीधा मुझे गोपाल मंत्र दिया। और तब हमें पता भी नहीं था गोपाल मंत्र क्या होता है, या हरि नाम दीक्षा क्या होती है, ये सब क्या होता है। लेकिन गुरुदेव को फर्स्ट टाइम जब देखा तो उनको देखते ही रह गए, और उसके बाद उन्होंने गोपाल मंत्र दे दिया। तो नेक्स्ट फिर जब
दीदी एक बार बोलता हूँ, एक बार बोल दीजिए। आपका भी भाव टूटता है, मैं समझता हूँ, लेकिन मैं ज्यादा
कोई बात
ज्यादा हो जाएगा ना, फिर मेरे लिए कलेक्ट करना मुश्किल हो जाता है। और मैं चाहता
हाँ
नहीं कि मैं कुछ भी ऐसा बोलूं जो आप नहीं कह रहे हो, और ये भी
हाँ
नहीं
हाँ
चाहता कि जो आप कह रहे हो वो मिस ना हो जाए। आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू make sure that whatever she says, I try to speak as it is without adding or subtracting anything. When Didi heard about Shri Gurudev, she was really impressed. The whole family, they got in the car, and in July 1997 they went to Shri Keshavji Gaudiya Math. And when they went inside, it was a day of Gaur Purnima, a very special day. So generally Gurudev gives Harinam first to his devotees, but then with her something interesting happened, that when she saw Gurudev for the first time, Gurudev immediately gave her the Gopal mantra, and that's how they got initiated by Gurudev. हाँ जी बोलिए।
हाँ प्रभु जी, फिर उन्होंने जैसे गोपाल मंत्र दिया तो हम लेके अपने घर आ गए, और फिर उसके बाद आफ्टर 3 months केशव हो गया 8 अक्टूबर को। तो फिर छोटे छोटे बच्चे थे, तो कोई मैंने हरिनाम नहीं किया, माला एक तरफ रख दी, फिर बच्चों में लग गए। लेकिन नेक्स्ट ईयर जब गुरु पूर्णिमा आई, तो गुरु पूर्णिमा को मेरे को लगा कि हमें तो गुरुदेव के पास जाना चाहिए। हम लोग आपस में बात कर रहे थे कि भाई गुरुदेव के पास जाएं, और मुझे तो गुरुदेव ने हरि नाम दिया। तो फिर जब गुरुदेव के वहां दर्शन करने गए और उनसे फिर मिले, तो फिर एहसास हुआ कि हमें हरि नाम करना चाहिए। लेकिन इतनी आश्चर्य की बात है कि मुझे वो गोपाल मंत्र याद हो गया। पता नहीं, मैंने इतना किया भी नहीं था उस टाइम, छोटे छोटे बच्चे थे तो उन्हीं में ही लगे रहे। तो फिर उसके बाद क्या कहते हैं, नेक्स्ट ईयर इन्होंने प्रभु जी ने हरि नाम लिया गुरु पूर्णिमा वाले दिन। आप बोलोगे प्रभु?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी। So I missed one thing. She mentioned in the last bit that when she met Gurudev in Keshavji Gaudiya Math, at that time her son Keshav, who is a devotee, a very nice devotee, he lives in the temple now, and she was expecting at that time. So after 3 months of her taking Harinam, because of taking care of children, because of the natural occurrences, she could not perform her bhajan nicely. She just took Harinam and then took Gopal mantra, but then she was not following it consistently. But after a year, when she got a bit free, because now the little ones have grown up, so then she thought I should meet with Gurudev one more time. It was so interesting that up till now she had not been chanting the Gopal mantra, but for some reason she was able to remember the Gopal mantra very, very clearly. And then they met Gurudev again, and at that occasion her husband Prabhuji also, he took initiation at that time. Didi boli.
हाँ प्रभु जी, फिर उसके बाद क्या कहते हैं, प्रभु जी ने भी ले लिया गोपाल मंत्र। और हम लोग अब क्या करते थे ना, हमारे पास गाड़ी थी, और फिर हम एवरी ईयर अपना घर में रहते थे, लेकिन एवरी ईयर गुरु पूर्णिमा वाले दिन हम जरूर गुरुदेव के पास जाते थे, क्योंकि एक वो रहता, मन में रहता गुरुदेव के पास जाना है, गुरुदेव के पास जाना है। और गुरुदेव जब भी विदेश से आते थे या दिल्ली से कहीं से आते थे, तो हम लोग सब मिलने के लिए अपना जो मेन रोड होती थी उस पे हम लोग सुबह सुबह उनके दर्शन करने के लिए, हमें मैसेज मिल जाता था गुरुदेव का, तो उनके दर्शन करने के लिए हम सुबह सुबह जाते थे। और उनको बस गुरुदेव से कुछ क्वेश्चन आंसर करने तो हमें आते नहीं थे, कुछ भी उनसे क्वेश्चन पूछना करना ये तो हमें पता ही नहीं था कि कैसे पूछे। बस गुरुदेव के दर्शन करते रहते थे, उनकी नीली नीली आंखों को देखते रहते थे, और गुरुदेव बड़े प्रसन्न होते थे।
Right. So Haji boli. And then after Prabhuji also got initiated, he also got Harinam. At that time, she's saying that she did not. I mean, they would spend their entire year at home, but once in a year they would go to meet Srila Gurudev on the day of Guru Purnima, and that was the only time of the year they would be very enthusiastic to meet with him. And she's also saying that we didn't know how to ask questions. We didn't know what questions to ask also. So we would just go to Gurudev and we would just wait for him on the highway many times when he would pass by. And we would just look into his very deep blue eyes. And then seeing us like this, Shri Gurudev was also very pleased, as we. So, boli de.
गुरुदेव क्या कहते हैं, जब 1997 की ही बात है, शायद एंड ऑफ द ईयर, तो गुरुदेव ये इतना मतलब एक बिगर भूलने वाला इंसिडेंट है कि गुरुदेव फर्स्ट टाइम हमारे घर एक बार ही आए, मतलब 97 में। तो केशव हो गया था, तो किसी प्रभु जी के यहाँ वो आए हुए थे, तो उन्होंने ही फिर हमने गुरुदेव को बोला कि गुरुदेव आप हमारे घर आना। तो फिर वो प्रभु जी महेश्वरी प्रभु जी थे, वो हमारे घर गुरुदेव को लेके आए और गुरुदेव को हमने केशव को दिया। और केशव का नाम गुरुदेव ने ही रखा, बेटे का नाम। पहले तो उसका नाम ऐसे भा से निकला था, भरत भारतेंदु रख दिया था, लेकिन फिर गुरुदेव की ऐसी कृपा हुई कि वो हमारे घर आए, उनके चरण पड़े और गुरुदेव का नाम उन्होंने ही रखा, अपने परम गुरुदेव के नाम पे केशव उसका नाम रखा।
So I think it was in 1997 when Gurudev came to our city, to Faridabad, and there is another devotee, a very close devotee of Srila Gurudev called Sripada Maheshwari Prabhuji. So he requested Srila Gurudev to come to our house. So Srila Gurudev came to my house at that time, and my son Keshav, he was I think around 1 year old. So I gave Keshav to Gurudev. So Gurudev kept Keshav in his lap. Earlierly, the Pandits told that Keshav should, my son should be named with a letter called Bha. But then when Gurudev looked at Keshav, he himself gave him a name Keshav, which is the name of our Param Gurudev too. So,
प्रभु जी फिर उसके बाद हम लोग हर गुरु पूर्णिमा पे जाते थे। फिर उसके बाद हमारी बहुत इच्छा, मेरी तो बहुत इच्छा होती थी कि भाई ये कार्तिक मंथ ऐसा होता है कि हम लोगों का ज्वेलर्स का काम है, अपनी शॉप को संभालना होता है। फिर उसके बाद और गुरु जो कार्तिक में ब्रजमंडल की परिक्रमा वो कार्तिक में ही लगती है, उसी टाइम ये सारे जो फेस्टिवल होते हैं आजकल, वो दिवाली वगैरह ये होता था। फिर ये वृंदावन की जो परिक्रमा लगती है ना, तो उस परिक्रमा में हम लेडीज लोग गाड़ी करके चले जाते थे और उधर जाके हम गुरुदेव वृंदावन की परिक्रमा लगाते, फिर गुरुदेव के दर्शन करते और फिर हम आ जाते शाम, मतलब 3-4 बजे तक। तो गुरुदेव हमेशा ही ऐसा बोलते कि बेटी रुक जाओ, ब्रजमंडल परिक्रमा है, इसको अटेंड करो। लेकिन इतनी इच्छा होते हुए भी घर गृहस्थी को देखते हुए हम रुक नहीं पाते थे। तो हमेशा जो जीवन में परिक्रमा की इच्छा रही, वो गुरुदेव की कृपा से 2016 में मेरी गुरुदेव की इच्छा से, मतलब कृपा से, जब मैंने 2016 में पहली ब्रजमंडल की परिक्रमा लगाई।
So Didi is saying that, and then every year she would, go to Brajmandal Parikrama. She wouldn't be able to spend many days because Prabhuji is in the business of, he's actually a jeweler. And the time of Kartik is very important for them in terms of, because all the major festivals of buying gold is one of the most golden periods of theirs in the entire year. So because of that, they always had to stay back. But the Didi would always take out time along with other god sisters to come to Brajmandal Parikrama, and she would perform Parikrama with Srila Gurudev, but she wouldn't be able to stay that long. And then every time she was leaving, Gurudev would ask her very lovingly, he would say to her that he would actually refer her or address her as daughter. Why don't you stay back? And she would say that I'm unable to because I have responsibilities. But Gurudev fulfilled her desire post 2016. Didi has been, and I'm sure most of you must have seen her dancing. So she, has been able to attend all those parikramas, both Navdeep and Brajmandal Parikrama, by the mercy of Srila Gurudev. So Gurudev eventually is fulfilling her desire.
तो क्या कहते हैं, उसी टाइम ही 2010 की बात है कि हम लोग जैसे ये वृंदावन की परिक्रमा लगाने के लिए गए थे, तो तब मेरे घर ठाकुर जी भी नहीं थे और हमारे साथ में जो गुरु बहन थी वो पूछ रही थी आपके ठाकुर जी नहीं है। मैंने कहा नहीं दीदी, मेरे पास ठाकुर जी नहीं है। तो तब वृंदावन के मठ में, सनातन गौड़िया मठ में, उन्होंने पूछा कि कोई ठाकुर जी आए हुए हैं क्या, गोपाल जी। तो वहां से जो गोपाल जी क्या कहते हैं, वहां के पुजारी प्रभु ने कहा कि ये गोपाल जी आए हुए हैं। तो मेरे को एक छोटे से गोपाल जी मिले, तो उनको मतलब मिले, तो तब मेरे पास ये कार्तिक की एकादशी पे ही हमारे घर में गोपाल जी आए। तो गोपाल जी बड़े छोटे से थे, तो मेरे को बड़ी इच्छा होती थी कि मेरे पास बड़े बड़े ठाकुर जी हो, तो मैं उनका श्रृंगार करूं, क्योंकि श्रृंगार सेवा मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता था कि उनका अच्छा श्रृंगार करूं। छोटे से ठाकुर जी को कैसे छोटा छोटा श्रृंगार होगा। तो लेकिन चलो गुरुदेव की कृपा से वो आए। उसके बाद फिर जब पूज्यपाद सिद्धांती महाराज जी ने फिर हमें बड़े वाले ठाकुर जी दिलवाए, हमारे राधा दामोदर जी। इतने सुंदर ठाकुर जी हैं। तो हम गुरुदेव के सामने 2010 की बात है, ये जुलाई से पहले ही आ गए थे हमारे घर, जून महीने में आ गए थे। तो फिर क्या कहते हैं, पूज्यपाद सिद्धांती महाराज जी ने हमें बताया कि कैसे इनका अभिषेक करके, फिर गुरुदेव उस टाइम अस्वस्थ लीला में चल रहे थे 2010 में जुलाई में। तो फिर पूज्यपाद सिद्धांती महाराज जी ने बोला कि तुम इनको अब सुबह सुबह अभिषेक करके और वृंदावन लेके चलना। आनंद धाम था, तो आनंद धाम में हम अपने ठाकुर जी को लेके गए। तो वहां पे गुरुदेव ने उनको हम लेके उनको लाइन में लग गए। फिर गुरुदेव ने उनको प्राण प्रतिष्ठित किया, और गुरुदेव ने प्राण प्रतिष्ठा करके हमारी इनकी तरफ, प्रभु जी की तरफ देख के बोला कि सेवा करोगे, श्रृंगार सेवा करोगे। तो ऐसा मतलब आज, मतलब उस टाइम तो हमें कुछ समझ नहीं आया, लेकिन आज हम फील करते हैं कि जो हमें ठाकुर जी की, श्री राधा माधव जी की, अपने राधा दामोदर जी की श्रृंगार की जो सेवा मिली है, तो वो गुरुदेव का जो आशीर्वाद है वही हमारे अंदर शक्ति का संचार करता है। तो वो योग्यता भी भर देता है हमारे अंदर। तो वो जो श्रृंगार की सेवा की थोड़ी बहुत जो गुरुदेव के कहने मात्र से हमारे अंदर वो संचरित हो गई। हरे कृष्णा।
Didi is reflecting some very beautiful points. She just mentioned that it was in 2010 when one of her god sisters asked her that, do you have a Thakurji at home? Didi said, no, we don't have. So at that particular time, they inquired in Rup Sanatan, because many times what happens is people who are unable to serve their Thakurji, they leave their Laddu Gopal and other deities at the temple. So it was a mere coincidence that there was a deity of small Thakurji was available, and it was given to them. Then later on, Didi had a desire in her heart that she wanted to have like a bigger Thakurji to dress them, and and by the way, all the beautiful pictures which everyone receives all over the globe of Shri Radha Madhavji from Faridabad, those deities are many a times, or in fact most of the times, are being dressed by Prabhuji and Didi. I just want to share that. So when she was thinking that she should have a bigger Thakurji, so at that time Srimati Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj Ji, they gave her these deities which you are seeing on the background, in the back, and they're very beautiful. So Maharaj said that you take your Thakurji to Vrindavan, and Gurudev was at that time, he was in Anand Dham. So when they took these deities to Shri Gurudev, Gurudev did the Pran Pratishtha, and he looked into the eyes of Prabhuji, her husband, and said, would you take care of them? Would you serve them nicely? Would you dress them? And they said, we don't know what to say. We said, yes, we will. And then now Didi is saying that it is only by the mercy of Shri Gurudev that we have been able to dress Thakurji so beautifully. So not only Gurudev gave us the Thakurji, also gave us the capability to dress them very, very nicely. So it's all by his mercy. Holy Didi.
प्रभु जी, फिर क्या कहते हैं, गुरुदेव की कृपा से हमें इतने सुंदर ठाकुर जी मिले हैं। हमारे राधा माधव जी इतने सुंदर हैं, मुझे तो लगता है वर्ल्ड में सबसे सुंदर है। और मेरे जो ठाकुर जी है ना, राधा दामोदर जी, वो इतने सुंदर, उनका इतना सुंदर, मतलब ऐसा लगता है कि इनसे सुंदर शायद इस संसार में कोई होगा। मैं इनके दर्शन कराऊंगी आपको बाद में, ठीक है?
So Didi has been saying that our deities are so beautiful. Our Sri Radha Madhav deities based in Vrindavan, they are based in Faridabad, they're absolutely lovely. And Didi's deity, Sri Radha Damodar, is also very, very beautiful. And I'm actually unable to explain the love and affection which is reflecting in her voice, but I'm sure the devotees can actually feel that. And she's saying that she would also want to show her Thakurji to everybody who is listening right now.
प्रभु जी, उसके बाद क्या कहते हैं, ये बीच बीच में रुकता है ना, तो इससे सारा वो फ्लो खत्म हो जाता है। जोड़ना पड़ता है तो इसलिए 2010, 16 सब मिक्स हो रहा है। तो क्या, हाँ, तो फिर उसके बाद है ना, जब ठाकुर जी आ गए तो ठाकुर जी का वैभव देखो कि 2010 में ना हमारे 3 सेक्टर में और पूज्यपाद सिद्धांति महाराज जी ने भागवतम शुरू करी और 2010 में दिसंबर में उन्होंने भागवतम करी थी। तो भागवतम में ठाकुर जी रखे गए और फिर 7 दिन भागवतम में पूरे स्टेज पे वो रखे गए उन्होंने। मतलब फिर उसके बाद जो रथ यात्रा हुई ना, उसमें ठाकुर जी रथ पे बैठे और रथ पे बैठ के मतलब जो कभी, क्योंकि गुरुदेव घर आ नहीं सकते थे क्योंकि वो अस्वस्थ लीला में थे। अस्वस्थ लीला में होने के कारण हमारी जो इच्छा थी ना कि ठाकुर जी आए तो इनका हम प्राण प्रतिष्ठा अच्छे वैभव से करें, अच्छे उससे करें, तो वो इच्छा गुरुदेव ने किस तरह से पूरी करी कि उन्होंने वहां पे रथ में बैठा के पूरे 3 सेक्टर का नगर पूरा वो हुआ रथ यात्रा पूरा। उन्होंने 7 दिन भागवतम में रहे, फिर उसके बाद पूरी रथ यात्रा कराई और उसके बाद सब कुछ हुआ। तो मतलब मैं कभी जैसे बाद में ऐसे इमेज ध्यान आता है ना कि भाई अरे ये जो इच्छा गुरुदेव ने कैसे पूरी करी। तो फिर उसके बाद से 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15 तक रेगुलर 3 सेक्टर में भागवत में काफी आए थे उसमें। तो फिर उसके बाद वो उसके नहीं रथ यात्रा में सिर्फ 1 टाइम बैठे हैं। उसके बाद से अम्बाला के जगन्नाथ जी आते थे और उनकी जगन्नाथ जी की रथ यात्रा होती थी। तो इस तरह से मतलब उन्होंने जो एक इच्छा थी वो ऐसे पूरी करी।
So Didi, she has been saying that as when Thakurji came home, she wanted that there should be a grand festival. It's like welcoming Thakurji. Now, she was not planning anything. It was like by Gurudev's mercy, Sripad Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj Ji, uh, uh, he was speaking Bhagavatam Sapta. So what he did at that time, the deities of hers were placed on the altar all throughout those 7 days of Bhagavatam. So Thakurji actually heard Bhagavatam, and after that there was this massive Rath Yatra, which has been going on even till now, till 2015. This Rath Yatra will go on. So the deities not only were placed on the altar during Srimad Bhagavatam, those same deities were also kept on the chariot. So it was like a grand procession, and Didi now reflects on that that was all by Srila Gurudev's mercy, that though she wanted to have a grand welcome of Krishna, so Radharani and Krishna not only they were sitting on the altar throughout the all 7 days, but then Thakurji was also placed on the chariot and he circumambulated. He traveled all over the city. So she said, Gurudev even fulfilled that desire of mine.
गुरुदेव मतलब प्रभु जी गुरुदेव की इतनी महिमा है मतलब जो हमने कभी मन में एक इच्छा मात्र करते हैं, हमारी इच्छा होती है भगवान से प्रार्थना होती है थोड़ी सी कि हमें भगवान की कृष्ण भक्ति मिले, तो कृष्ण वो गुरुदेव हम गुरुदेव को नहीं चूज कर सकते, गुरुदेव हमें चूज करते हैं। और भगवान से जब हमारे अंदर कभी एक इच्छा होती है कि हम ठाकुर जी आपकी सेवा करें, तो वो हमें ऐसे गुरुदेव प्रोवाइड कराते हैं जो कि हमें सिखाते हैं कि भगवान की कृष्ण भक्ति, राधा कृष्ण की भक्ति कैसे करनी चाहिए। तो ये गुरुदेव की कृपा से होता है। मतलब जो मैं आज भी फील करती हूँ कि कुछ मैंने सोचा कि मेरे को ऐसे सपनों का मंदिर, जैसे मैंने किसी का देखा था सेवा कुंज टाइप का मंदिर, तो मेरी बड़ी इच्छा होती थी कि काश कभी ऐसा मेरे पास होगा, लेकिन गुरुदेव ने इतना सुंदर हमारा घर का मंदिर बनवाया। तो जैसे बाद में बहुत टाइम बाद ऐसा फील होता है कि गुरुदेव सब इच्छा पूरी करते हैं, टाइम लगता है लेकिन ये है कि लगता है कि हाँ भाई इच्छा पूरी होगी। तो इस तरह से उन्होंने मतलब ये ब्यूटीज भेजे, सब कुछ उन्होंने करा। और रथ यात्रा जो क्या कहते हैं 3 सेक्टर में, तो आपने देखी होगी कि कितनी वर्ल्ड वाइड पूरी, जब पूज्यपाद सिद्धांति महाराज जी ने कहा तो ऑनलाइन पूरा सब लोग देखते थे कि कितनी सुंदर जगन्नाथ जी होते थे। और सप्ताह में जब भागवतम में पूज्यपाद सिद्धांति महाराज जी बोलते थे सबको कि अपने घर के आगे दिए जलाओ, ये सब करो। और जब वो शाम को जगन्नाथ जी आते थे ना, ऐसा लगता था जैसे सब लोग अपने घर के आगे दिए जलाते थे, ऐसा लगता था वही जगन्नाथपुरी हो गया, 3 सेक्टर ही जगन्नाथपुरी हो गया। महाराज जी इतने खुश होते थे और ऐसी सुंदर रथ यात्रा निकलती थी, लड़कियां डांडिया करती थी और पूरा मतलब ऐसा लगता था, और पूरा नृत्य पूरा इतना सुंदर, इमेजिनेशन नहीं होता कि गुरुदेव ने ऐसी कृपा बरसाई। तो ये सब बहुत ही अच्छा लगता है, बहुत ही ज्यादा।
So Didi has been reflecting upon all the wonderful things Shri Gurudev has done in her life. Right from the deities, coming to their house to the grand procession which was arranged. Didi has been reflecting upon the part that Sripad Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj, he has held many big Rath Yatras in their area. And Prabhuji and Mataji are the main ones who are responsible for that Bhagavatam Saptah. They actually work really hard. So Didi has been reflecting that when those Rath Yatras would actually take place, all the residents nearby, they were told that they should lamp, a little ghee lamp. And then in the night, when the Rath would pass by those lanes, there was wonderful dancing in ecstasy. There are girls who were dancing in the front. There's ecstatic kirtan going on. It actually feels like that the whole area of hers has transformed into Jagannath Puri. So Didi is basically saying that all this is being done, all whatever they have received in their life as devotees, whatever desires she has, whatever questions she has, Gurudev, fulfills and answers those questions. And once she saw a very beautiful temple of someone with a picture of Seva Kunj. So with a very simple and innocent, thought of hers, that she also wants to have a very beautiful temple like that. So by the mercy of Srila Gurudev, the whole temple in the house has manifested. I've been a personal witness to the house. I go to the house to speak Harikatha on and off. And I've been personal witness to all those big, beautiful Jagannath Rath Yatras, and whatever she's saying, there is no exaggeration in that. Boli Devi.
प्रभु जी क्या कहते हैं, जैसे गुरुदेव की कृपा से जितना भी होता था प्रोग्राम, क्या बोल रहे थे, हाँ, हम गुरुदेव का मतलब जब बच्चे छोटे छोटे थे तो गुरुदेव का संग तो हम कर नहीं पाए थे जी। गुरुदेव का संग तो बहुत ही कम हुआ, लेकिन 14 अप्रैल 2008 में जब फरीदाबाद में मठ हमारा हुआ था, रामनवमी वाले दिन पूज्यपाद वन महाराज जी ने हवन कराया था सेक्टर 16 में। तो उस हवन में मैं प्रेजेंस थी। उसके बाद से लेकर हम मठ के जितना भी मतलब तब हम लोगों ने थोड़ा वैष्णवों का संग किया, क्योंकि बच्चे भी थोड़े बड़े हो गए थे, फिर हम उनका संग कर पाए। तो कथा कीर्तन इतना सुंदर। और उसके बाद जब पूज्यपाद सिद्धांती महाराज जी आ गए, 14 सेक्टर में हमारा मठ हो गया था, तो इतना वैभव वाला राधा अष्टमी का प्रोग्राम होता था, चाव लेके आते थे। और मतलब जो गुरुदेव के टाइम हमने अटेंड नहीं कर पाए थे कुछ भी, वो चीज हमने पूज्यपाद सिद्धांती महाराज जी के साथ अटेंड किया, और हमें लगा कि जैसे गुरुदेव के साथ ही हम वो सब कर रहे हैं। फरीदाबाद में पूज्यपाद सिद्धांती महाराज जी ने बहुत ही प्रचार किया, और सेक्टर 3 में आपने कितना प्रचार किया, माधव प्रिय प्रभु जी। तो इन वैष्णवों के संग से हमें पता चलता है कि क्या कहते हैं, कैसे गुरुदेव, क्योंकि गुरुदेव का जो की रिफ्लेक्शन है एक तरह से, गुरुदेव का हम वृंदावन जाके भाग के उन प्रोग्रामों को अटेंड नहीं कर पाए उस टाइम, लेकिन जब हम फरीदाबाद में अटेंड करते तो ऐसा लगता है कि गुरुदेव ही सारे प्रोग्राम कराते हैं। इवन जगन्नाथ जी की रथ यात्रा होती थी तो ऐसा लगता है बस मैं तो गुरुदेव से यही प्रार्थना करती थी, गुरुदेव आपकी है सब कुछ, और आप ही करने वाले हो, आप ही कराने वाले हो, तो आप ही इसको जैसे। और हम देखते थे गुरुदेव की इतनी कृपा बरसती थी, ऐसी बरसती थी कि उसका वर्णन नहीं कर सकते। इतना सुंदर उत्सव होता था। शादियां भी 2 दिन की होती हैं, लेकिन जो सप्ताह होता है 7 दिन, उसमें कब सुबह हो रही है, कब शाम हो रही है, भक्तों के घर में प्रोग्राम हो रहा है, 2 बजे हम लोग जा रहे हैं पार्क में, स्टेज लगा रहे हैं, और फिर उसके बाद भक्तों के यहाँ प्रोग्राम हो रहा है। तो वो तो जब आंख बंद करके और कभी सोचते हैं ना, तो ऐसा लगता है कि उससे बढ़िया कोई चीज ही नहीं थी। तो ये सब चीजें।
Right. So, Didi, she just said that during the time of Srila Gurudev, she did not get enough opportunity to physically being with him, and attend his Harikathas in Mathura. But Gurudev is so merciful that Gurudev has sent his manifestations. Gurudev has sent his army, his sannyasis, in likes of Sripad Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj ji, who has played a very important role in their lives post 2008, because Faridabad Mutt was established in 2008, and Pujapad Sri Bhaktivedanta Maharaj was the one who did the fire sacrifice, and since then Vaishnavas started coming to Faridabad, and then their association with the Vaishnavas became more stronger. And then again, those moments of those Rath Yatras, those moments of those Srimad Bhagavatam Saptaha, it's a very intense 7 days, but then they are so beautiful, though it's very painful on the body, but then still what she does, that every time she closes her eyes and she sees all those beautiful moments took place during those Bhagavatam Saptah and those Jagannath Rath Yatra, she feels that Gurudev has again fulfilled their desire. Gurudev is not someone, because she could not attend those classes of Srila Gurudev in his physical presence. But even after his disappearance, their bhakti is being taken care of, and they are being nourished by all these sannyasis in Faridabad and other locations.
प्रभु जी क्या कहते हैं, हमने एक बार क्या ये जनकपुरी मठ है ना, राधा रमन बिहारी गौड़िया मठ, तो वहां पे भी एक बार जब उसका इनॉग्रेशन हुआ था, उसके में भी रथ यात्रा हुई थी। इतनी सुंदर रथ यात्रा हुई थी, उसमें गुरुदेव का रथ अलग से निकाला गया था है, और उसमें पूरे 4 घंटे की परिक्रमा हुई थी। ऐसे ही एक फरीदाबाद में भी हुई थी, अपने मठ को स्थापित होने से पहले की बात है, शायद मुझे सन तो याद नहीं है, लेकिन फिर उसके बाद उसमें भी 3-4 दिन का प्रोग्राम हुआ था, और इतना सुंदर वैभव वाला शायद मैंने लाइफ में पहली बार देखा था। हाथी थे उसमें, और क्या कहते हैं, ठाकुर जी का रथ था, आगे हाथी थे, फिर ठाकुर जी का रथ था, फिर गुरुदेव का रथ था, और गुरुदेव का बाकायदा रथ सजा हुआ था। उसमें सब लोग अलग अलग डांस कर रहे थे, और इतना कीर्तन हो रहा था, तो सब भक्तों के कंट्रीब्यूशन से वो इतना सुंदर प्रोग्राम हुआ था। तो ये भी हम लोगों ने अटेंड किया था उस टाइम। और
उसके अंदर प्रभु जी महेश्वरी फैमिली था, डॉक्टर गर्ग फैमिली था, और केला फैमिली थे, 7 सेक्टर में रहते हैं। महेश्वरी जी के
सबके कंट्रीब्यूशन
सभी लोग थे, कम से कम 10-15 फैमिली थे, सबने मिलकर के प्रोग्राम किया था। तो वो फॉरेनर्स भी आए थे उस प्रोग्राम में, जब गुरुदेव की रथ यात्रा निकाली।
कार्तिक के बाद हुआ था, तो जितने भी फॉरेनर्स जो कार्तिक करके आते हैं, तो वो सारे उन लोगों ने अटेंड किए थे, तो ये भी बहुत सुंदर प्रोग्राम हुआ था।
So there is another memory of Srila Gurudev. She does not know the year, but it was soon after Kartik. Soon after Kartik, as we all know, Srila Gurudev would go to Delhi for Delhi's program, and a big Rath Yatra festival was arranged at that time, and elephants were there, and Gurudev was also sitting on this very big chariot. That was quite it was a very beautiful event. So she's also remembering all those moments to be being in the presence of Srila Gurudev and taking part of all these festivals. Prabhuji mentioned the names of many other devotees who are his god brothers. They were also, all of them had taken part, simultaneously and together in that particular Rath Yatra event in Delhi.
उसके बाद प्रभु जी श्रीधर महाराज जी, पूज्यपा श्रीधर महाराज जी जो थे, जिनका नाम रसानंद प्रभु जी था, तो गुरुदेव की रथ यात्रा के बाद उन्होंने हर महीने वृंदावन से आते थे, और सबके घरों में 1-1 महीने का प्रोग्राम होता था। 1 महीने में 1 दिन प्रोग्राम होता था, तो रसानंद प्रभु जी आते थे, और वो आते थे एक गाड़ी को भर करके, डोरीलाल प्रभु जी को साथ लेकर के आते थे। तो हम लोग पूरा महीने में 1 दिन 1 घर होता था, और ऐसे करके साल भर तक हम प्रोग्राम चलाए थे, टेंट लगा के पूरा करते थे। तो सब गुरुदेव के लेक्चर बताते थे, गुरुदेव के बारे में बताते थे, सारा प्रचार करने के लिए की तरह से हमने उसको व्यवस्था किया था।
So Prabhuji just mentioned, I hope I'm still audible. Prabhuji just mentioned that Srimad Bhaktivedanta Sridhar Maharaj, who was not a sannyasi at that time, whose name was Rasananda Prabhu, he started coming to Faridabad, and every month he would come and he would arrange a program, and he would share the glories of Srila Gurudev's Harikatha. We would hear the Harikatha from his mouth because he was sharing the same words. So that's how we were actually getting closer to Srila Gurudev. And then he would encourage everybody to preach in Faridabad. So that's how we continued with our Vaishnava association.
प्रभु जी क्या कहते हैं, 2015 में ना मेरी बिटिया बड़ी वाली वो गई थी परिक्रमा करने के लिए ब्रजमंडल। फिर उसके बाद 1 मंथ की उसने हमारे घर में सबसे पहले उसी ने लगाई। फिर उसके बाद 2016 में उसने मुझे भेजा था कि मम्मी आप जाओ। फिर 2017 में, मतलब गुरुदेव जो इच्छा हम लोग करते हैं ना वो गुरुदेव ऐसे फुलफिल करते हैं कि जैसे 2016 में फिर उसने मुझे भेजा तो इतना सुंदर लग रहा था। ब्रजमंडल परिक्रमा में जगह जगह जाना, द्वादश वनों में जाना, वैष्णव लोगों के दर्शन, सुबह सुबह उठ के परिक्रमा लगाना। और इस तरह से 2000 क्या कहते हैं 16 में मैंने परिक्रमा लगाई, फिर मैंने 17 में लगाई, फिर 18 में नहीं लगा पाई, फिर 19 में लगाई। तो इस तरह से गुरुदेव ने इतनी इच्छा पूरी करी। और जो कभी मैंने सपने में भी नहीं सोचा कि हाँ भाई मैं कभी ब्रजमंडल की परिक्रमा लगा पाऊंगी, लेकिन वहां महसूस होता है कि कभी जीवन में एक बार तो शायद हम गुरुदेव के साथ परिक्रमा लगा पाते। तो देखते उनका एक बीच में हम आते थे शरद पूर्णिमा पे, तो परम गुरुदेव का तिथि होती थी। परम गुरुदेव की तिथि पे मैं देखती थी कि बालकोनी में बैठे हुए हैं लोग और सब ऊपर नीचे गोपीनाथ भवन पूरा भर जाता था, इतना सुंदर लगता था। फिर हम लोग तो बस जो संकल्प प्रोग्राम होता था वो करके और उसके बाद प्रसादम पाके और चले जाते थे। लेकिन बहुत ऐसा फील होता है कि काश गुरुदेव के साथ भी कभी एक बार जीवन में हम लगा पाते। लेकिन चलो गुरुदेव ने ये इच्छा पूरी करी कि बाद में ही सही। तो गुरुदेव मैं रुकूं प्रभु जी या बोलूं? हरि बोल, हरे कृष्णा।
विपिन,
हाँ प्रभु जी और बोलूं?
हरे कृष्णा।
हाँ हरे कृष्ण प्रभु, आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ जी, अब आ रही है। हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
अच्छा, जो मैंने बोला वो आपने नहीं
हाँ
सुना?
जी, हाँ जी, अब सुन लिए। So Didi, she said that she missed the opportunity of being with Gurudev in Brajmandal Parikrama. In 2015, her daughter attended the Brajmandal Parikrama for the first time, and then next year she also got the opportunity to be there. And when she was there, she was like, it was so beautiful to visit all the 12 forests, being with Vaishnavas, have their darshan, do all those wonderful activities during Brajmandal Parikrama. And before that, they would come for Brajmandal Parikrama, but just for the very first day, that was on Sharad Purnima, the disappearance day of Param Gurudev, they would be there for Sankalpa and then they would leave. Now she thinks that this Brajmandal Parikrama is so beautiful, then she thinks that wish, she had attended one of the Parikramas with Gurudev to see his moods, to see his vision of Brajmandal. Holy Devi.
गुरुदेव की कृपा से प्रभु जी क्या कहते हैं, जब मैं पहली बार ब्रजमंडल परिक्रमा में गई तो फिर क्या कहते हैं सब जगह दर्शन करने के बाद फिर अब क्या तो क्या कहते हैं एक फ्लावर बैंड मेरे को मिला, तो फ्लावर बैंड लगा के मैं हर परिक्रमा में जाती थी और ऐसा लगता था कि जैसे गुरुदेव कुछ ऐसी अनुकंपा बरसा रहे हैं कि हर जगह ऐसे लगता था कि गुरुदेव कैसे कथा करते हैं, कैसे अपना वो क्या कहते हैं यहाँ पे कैसे करते थे। जब पूज्यपाद तीर्थ महाराज जी, पूज्यपाद माधव महाराज जी बताते थे कि गुरुदेव ये 13 कदम में आके कैसे लोट पोट लगाते हैं और कैसे हर टाइम लीला में वो राधा माधव जी की लीलाओं में कैसे लीन हो जाते हैं। और फिर हमें पता चला कि गुरुदेव हमारे रमण मंजरी थे और गुरुदेव कहते भी थे कि जब मैं चला जाऊंगा तब तुम्हें मेरी इम्पोर्टेंस पता चलेगी। तो गुरुदेव अब जब वही होता है ना, जब इंसान दूर हो जाता है, जब प्रभु जी गुरुदेव तो कोई इंसान नहीं थे, वो तो अपराकृत जगत के थे, लेकिन जब वो उनके और जबकि वो ऐसा फील नहीं होता। अभी गुरुदेव होते हैं, गुरुदेव के चित्रपट से हम बात करते हैं 2014 में नवदीप धाम से जब हम पूरी फैमिली गए थे तो वहां से फिर हमें जैसे ही हमें ये केशव जी गौड़िया मठ से बाहर निकली ना प्रभु जी, तो वहां पे टेबल पे क्या कहते हैं 2-3 विग्रह थे श्री गुरुदेव के। तो उनको देख के गुरुदेव के श्री विग्रह को देख के ऐसा लगा कि बस एक विग्रह पे गुरुदेव के मेरी नजर अटक गई और मैंने प्रभु जी से बोला कि मुझे ये विग्रह लेने हैं। तो 2014 में फिर श्री विग्रह हमारे घर आए। तो ये जो हमारे साथ में बैठे हैं ना, इधर दिखाई दे रहे हैं प्रभु जी, तो ये श्री विग्रह 2014 हाँ,
Vipin,
2014 में क्या कहते हैं नवदीप धाम से हमारे घर आए। तो लेकिन गुरुदेव का हम लेक्चर में भी सुनते हैं कि आई एम सो क्लोज टू योर ब्रीथ, तो ऐसा ही महसूस होता है। और हमें जो भी अगर कोई भी अपनी भावना होती है, कोई भी बात होती है, वो हम अपने गुरुदेव से करते हैं। गुरुदेव को ही बोलते हैं कि गुरुदेव क्या कहते हैं हम पे ऐसी कृपा करो, ऐसा करो। हम किसी भी योग्य नहीं है, ना हम हरिनाम करने योग्य हैं, ना हम किसी भी चीज के योग्य हैं, लेकिन गुरुदेव की कृपा से वो जैसे कहते हैं ना कि मैं चोटी पकड़ के तुम्हें ले आऊंगा। तो गुरुदेव की एक एक जो शब्द है वो बिल्कुल अटल है। तो गुरुदेव के जो शब्दों में पूरा विश्वास है। गुरुदेव हमें जरूर इस संसार से और भगवान के रसिक वैष्णवों का संग मिलेगा हम लोगों को। तो ये बस वैष्णवों का संग ही कहते हैं ना, संग एक चीज ऐसी होती है मनुष्य में जो बुढ़ापे तक उसको, बचपन से बुढ़ापे तक वो आपको आपकी सही है, तो आप हर जीवन के हर उस चीज में आप वो होंगे। तो वो होता है संग, चाहे बचपन में हो, चाहे जवानी में हो, चाहे बुढ़ापे में। तो रसिक वैष्णवों का संग जब हमें मिलेगा तो उससे हमें गुरुदेव की पूरी कृपा प्राप्त होगी।
Okay. Yes, Prabhu, you were saying something?
Can you,
yeah.
Vipin, can you let Didi know we need to wrap it up?
Yes, Didi, समय हो गया।
अच्छा,
और मैं इसको ट्रांसलेट कर देता हूँ, और कभी फिर मिलेगा तो फिर अवश्य ही आपको कहेंगे, ठीक है ना? मैं बस आप मैं एक बार ट्रांसलेट करता हूँ, उसके बाद आप बोल दीजिएगा, ठीक है ना? एक बार ट्रांसलेट करता हूँ। So Didi said that though she could not attend those parikramas, but then when she was available with all the sannyasis, she could hear Srimati Maharaj, she could Bhaktivedanta Madha Maharaj speak the glories of those places, that how Shri Gurudev would come to those places, would take off his upper cloth, he would roll in the dust, and tears would flow from his eyes. So Didi says that when I would go to those places, I would remember that how Shri Gurudev used to come here. So it was all by his mercy, all these things are happening in their life. One instance which she mentioned about the deity of Shri Gurudev, which you see over there, the deity was in Sri Navadip Dham in 2014. On the display, there were 3 deities of Shri Gurudev. So she looked at one of the deities of Shri Gurudev, and then she asked her husband that she would like to purchase this deity. So they got that deity, and that's how Shri Gurudev came to their house. Deity is saying that we are incapable of doing anything, holy name chanting, following Shri Gurudev completely. That is something which does not come to us naturally. But as Gurudev says that he's closer to us more than our breath, and at the same time Gurudev says that I'm gonna hold on to your shikha and pull you out of this material world. So it is our utmost prayer at the lotus feet of Shri Gurudev that he gives us the association of the Rasik devotees, because if we have the association of the Rasik devotees, we'll be able to come out of its material world very, very smoothly. दीदी बोलिए, बस अब मैं इसको शेष कर दूंगा।
हाँ प्रभु जी, बस मुझे ठाकुर जी के ना दर्शन कराने हैं अपने।
Yeah, she just wants to show her Thakur ji to all of you, and then she just wants to, say thanks to all the devotees who have welcomed her. हाँ जी दीदी बताइए।
इस प्रोग्राम को मेमोरी ऑफ गुरुदेव प्रोग्राम का आयोजन करने वाले यशोदानंदन प्रभु और आप विपिन प्रभु जी, सबको सभी प्रभु जी को दंडवत प्रणाम, और इसमें शामिल करने के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत आभार। और इसमें शामिल होने वाले सभी भक्तों को जो भी लाइव देख रहे हैं, उनको सबको हमारा दंडवत प्रणाम।
Thanks to all the devotees who are attending. Thanks to all the devotees, Yashodananda Prabhuji and others, for welcoming them, and all those who are saying thanks to all of them, and Dandavat pranams to all of them. Thank you. Yep.
Beautiful. Wow, it was a beautiful, beautiful. Hare Krishna. Oh, what a wonderful murti. Can you just can we see the murti face on, Gurudev face on?
Face on,
yeah.
Face on.
Yeah, directly, so we see his face. No, that's from the angle, so like directly.
वो कह रहे हैं कि सीधा बिल्कुल दिखा दीजिए, मतलब
एकदम सीधा।
Yeah, exactly, directly.
एक मिनट
It's very beautiful murti. Vipin, are you on the move? It's harder to hear you. There's a lot of wind where you are.
तुम अपना देख रहे हो।
बस चेहरा तो देखने दो ना उनको।
दिख रहा है प्रभु जी?
Now he's on the side. Yeah, the camera work needs a little improving. Yeah, I'm having to turn my head. He's 90 degrees out. Yeah. Mm.
Are you seeing?
Yes, but it's 90 degrees wrong angle.
एंगल ठीक नहीं है, चलो कोई बात नहीं, देख रहे हैं. अच्छा,
राधा माधव.
That's it. That's it. Now let's see Gurudev. Let's see. We can.
ये श्री राधा माधव जी.
That's beautiful. Let's see Gurudev.
इसी एंगल में गुरुदेव को दिखा दीजिए.
अच्छा.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. It's a beautiful murti. Wow. It's the best, one of the best murtis I've seen. Really beautiful. Okay. Let's go straight to Prabhu, and then I'll thank you both at the same time afterwards. Vipin, can I just ask you two questions? One is, please try not to move so that the reception is good. And two, do you need the speakers to speak in smaller amounts? Because you're doing an amazing job remembering a very large amount of information. So do you need them to speak a little bit smaller chunks?
I think that'd be nice. So the next one is in English, right?
Oh, is Prabhu speaking in English?
Is he?
Prabhu, are you speaking in English or Hindi?
Is he from India?
It's speaking in Hindi, Prabhuji.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So Vipin, I'm asking, yeah.
Another translation. Okay.
So I'm just asking you, do you need to ask him nicely to speak in smaller chunks?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just repeat that a couple of times because I think it's very hard to translate large amounts.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Right.
So just make that point to Prabhu, would you? Oh, they've gone. What's happened to them? Oh, your video's gone off. Prabhu, your video is off and you're on mute now. Vipin, is there is the icon Keshav Verma? Is that their icon?
Keshav Verma. I mean, he's on mute.
Is that
who is the
family?
one? Yeah. That's the family, right?
You want to just let them know? Okay. Yeah.
हाँ प्रभु जी क्या बोल रहे हैं? हरे कृष्णा.
नहीं तो कौन बोलेगा आप? Who else? आपकी फैमिली में से किसी और ने बोलना है क्या अभी?
नहीं कोई नहीं बोला प्रभु जी. हम दोनों ही हैं घर पर और कोई नहीं है.
Prabhuji, their family is done. Who else is there is going to speak? I'm not sure who is next one.
I thought the husband's speaking, no?
The husband and wife, both of them are done.
Oh, but only the wife spoke. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the wife speaks the language of the husband.
Okay. So can they put their camera on so I can thank them properly?
Right. हाँ दीदी वो ये सोच रहे थे कि अभी थोड़ा आप और बोलोगे तो आप एक बार कैमरा ऑन कर दीजिए. प्रभु जी आपको धन्यवाद करना चाहते हैं.
So, Haribol, now they've gone.
Yeah, I think the camera is freezed. Yeah, and that was quite difficult for me to translate because I had monkeys all around me at Radha Govindev. So
we're getting the full chaos of India at the moment. So, monkeys and
technology.
Yeah,
I was thinking to go to Govindev for the past 3 weeks, and when I came, you made me stay here for almost an hour. Thank you so much. Yeah, for setting it up. Yeah.
Nice. Where are you now? Where are you, Vipin?
I'm in the Sri Govindev temple, you know, the hub of monkeys.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right. So I have to...
Okay, what's happened to them? They've disappeared.
I think they disappeared. So probably we can send our thanks to them.
Yeah, I'll send it out, but I'll thank them anyhow because on this recording, they may see the recording.
Right. Okay.
One of the underlying things that I was getting, underlying mood I was getting from Didi as she was speaking was how we're moving. These are my words, like interpreting her words, which were very beautiful, is that we're moving as human beings under the guidance of Guru. We're moving from a place of living our life by will to living our life by mercy. And by our own will, we're just going to keep going on in the samsara of life. But if we, as she said, Gurudev is close to the air to us in the air that we breathe, as he said, if we engage that mood in anything we're doing, like her emphasis was mainly with her Thakurji, then we can do things by their mercy that we couldn't normally do by our will. And oh, they're back. They're back. Haribol. Can you hear me, Didi?
Yes. Yeah. So should I translate what you said? Or?
Oh yeah, great. Of course, yes. I forgot.
Right.
You've got to translate back into yes, please do.
Right. तो प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं कि दीदी की बातों को सुन करके यही लगता है कि एक पक्ष है कि अपने जीवन का निर्धारण मैं स्वयं करूंगा और एक पक्ष है कि गुरु की कृपा से ही जो है जीवन संचालित होता है। तो जब हम श्री गुरु पर आश्रित हो जाते हैं तो गुरुदेव वह कार्य कर देते हैं जो हमारे लिए सामान्यतः संभव नहीं है। तो प्रभु जी आपकी बातों को सुन करके, आपके ठाकुर जी के प्रेम को सुन करके ये निष्कर्ष निकालते हैं कि गुरुदेव हमारे से वास्तविक रूप में हमारे हृदय के श्वास से भी ज्यादा निकट है, जैसा आपने कहा।
हाँ प्रभु जी, बीच में है ना ये बंद हो गया था फोन।
हाँ, चलो कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात। तो बस प्रभु जी धन्यवाद ही कर रहे थे आपका। So, प्रभु जी आप ट्रांसलेट कर दें।
बोलो कुछ। हरे कृष्णा।
या हरि बोल।
हाँ हरि बोल प्रभु। क्या कहते हैं, इनको प्रभु जी को बोलना है क्या?
हाँ, वो बस आपको धन्यवाद ही कह रहे थे। वो कह रहे थे कि हाँ बस कि आप आए, अच्छा लगा उनको। हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
हमें शामिल करने के लिए आप सबका आभार करती हूँ।
हमें तो बोलना आता नहीं है विपिन प्रभु, आप जानते ही हो।
So they're saying that we don't know how to speak because I visit their home very often. By the way, their children speak very nicely. So Prabhuji, you want to add something else?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to thank you because I felt that you really conveyed very beautifully how Gurudev works in our hearts and how if we depend upon him, we can do things we couldn't ordinarily do.
तो उनके प्रभु जी का कहना है कि उन्होंने आपकी बातों को सुनकर के यह निष्कर्ष निकाला, ये समझ में आया कि वो क्रियाएं जो हम सामान्यतः नहीं कर सकते हैं, अगर हम गुरुदेव पे आश्रित हों तो गुरुदेव वह सब क्रियाएं जो हैं स्वतः ही स्वाभाविक रूप से अपनी कृपा से कर देते हैं। तो आपके वचनों को सुन करके प्रभु जी को यह लगा और वो ये बात आप दोनों से कहना चाहते हैं।
इसमें ये भी हमें लगा जैसे केशव है हमारा, गुरुदेव के आशीर्वाद से केशव का उन्होंने नामकरण किया और केशव देखो आईआईटी करने गया, आईआईटी में जाने के बाद भी वैष्णव संघ रहा उसका और गुरुदेव की कृपा से ही उसको आईआईटी के अंदर वैष्णव संघ मिला। इस्कॉन के प्रभु जी थे, उनका साथ रहा और आईआईटी करने के बावजूद भी उसके बाद उसके अंदर किसी चीज का प्राउड नहीं है और देखो वैष्णवों के साथ रह रहा है मठ के अंदर। ये भी गुरुदेव की कृपा है बहुत बड़ी।
Right. So one thing Prabhuji is making a point, their son Keshav, who was given the name Keshav by Srila Gurudev. So he went to do his engineering, and generally engineering colleges are full of material stuff. But then it is so interesting that even in his college, where only material knowledge is being taught, he got the association of the devotees of ISKCON. He learned many things there. So he was never bereft of Vaishnav Sangh anywhere. So Gurudev is making sure that even if my son is doing engineering and other things, he's making sure that my son got the opportunity to be with the Vaishnavs, and now he's in fact staying with Sripad Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj Ji and traveling with him to many places. So that's also one more thing which Srila Gurudev has manifested in their lives. Yeah.
That's beautiful. And also I love the way you were explaining the importance and how much you've associated with Gurudev's nearest and dearest, both before he disappeared and afterwards, because in many ways this is what these Zoom programs are about as well. The more association we can have with Gurudev's family, the more we can actually remember and imbibe the Vani of Gurudev, because there's something in the hearts of Gurudev's disciples that's very special and very unique, and if we keep that close, then our hearts can soften. If we are in the company of soft hearts that want to soften more, then our hearts will also become softer in under Gurudev's guidance.
तो प्रभु जी आपसे ये कह रहे हैं कि जिस प्रकार से आपने व्यक्त किया कि गुरुदेव के जाने के पश्चात भी अनेक सन्यासियों को, जिन्होंने कि गुरुदेव के विचार को धारण कर रखा है, उसके माध्यम से आपकी भक्ति जो है पुष्ट होती है। तो प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं ये एक परिवार की तरह ही है, फैमिली की तरह ही है। ये जूम प्रोग्राम्स भी हैं, इससे हम एक दूसरे के साथ एसोसिएट कर सकते हैं, बात कर सकते हैं। अगर हम सॉफ्ट हार्टेड, जिनका हृदय कोमल है, ऐसे भक्तों के साथ रहेंगे तो हमारा हृदय भी जो कोमल हो जाएगा। तो आपका जो विचार है कि उनके जाने के पश्चात अनेक अनेक सन्यासियों के द्वारा आपकी भक्ति का पोषण हुआ है, तो वह विचार बिल्कुल सही है। और हम इस प्रकार से करते रहेंगे तो हमारे हृदय में गुरुदेव के भावों के आने की संभावना रहेगी।
प्रभु जी, हम सब देखते हैं कि हर महाराज जी के अंदर गुरुदेव के कोई ना कोई गुण प्रकाशित होते हैं। ऐसे मतलब सब ऐसे लगते हैं कि गुरुदेव किसी हर एक के अंदर अपना अपना कुछ उन्होंने जैसे दिखाया, और सारे ही गुरुदेव को प्रेजेंट करते हैं एक तरह से। और क्या कहते हैं, आप देखो कि फरीदाबाद में भी कितना राधा माधव गौड़िया मठ में कितने अच्छे प्रोग्राम माधव प्रिय प्रभु जी कराते हैं। तो वैष्णवों का संग सबसे वही होता है। संजय प्रभु जी हुए, ये सब फरीदाबाद में तो इतना अच्छा प्रचार चल रहा है। और माधव प्रिय प्रभु जी कितना सुंदर व्यवस्था करते हैं। सारा जितने भी उत्सव आते हैं, झूलन उत्सव हुआ, और आपका ये गौर पूर्णिमा हुई, ये क्या कहते हैं राधा अष्टमी, कृष्ण जन्माष्टमी, सब प्रोग्राम इतने अच्छे से होते हैं। और ऐसा लगता ही नहीं कि हम फरीदाबाद में, ऐसा लगता है कि हम ब्रज में हैं। तो जहाँ हरि गुरु वैष्णव का संग, वही ब्रज है। तो
Right. So Didi is saying that the sannyasis, all of them reflect a particular mood of Srila Gurudev. And in Faridabad especially, many Vaishnavas in likes of Sripad Madhavpriya Prabhuji, Sripad Sanjay Prabhuji, they arrange these festivals, especially Sripad Madhavpriya Prabhuji arranges festivals very beautifully, very elaborate, and on a very grand scale. So it feels like that we are actually in the association of Srila Gurudev all the time. Radha
Yes.
Ashtami festivals are like one of the famous ones in the world. Massive, so many people come. Like Srila Gurudev used to take devotees to bring gifts for Radharani in Mathura. Similar things also take place in Faridabad. So what we feel like during those festivals that Gurudev is keeping us in Braj, though we're not physically there, but under the association, we feel that we are in Braj.
Oh, that's beautiful. Hey, Vipin, I noticed that when you translated the word soft-hearted, you translated it as soft-hearted. Doesn't that exist in Hindi, soft-hearted? I thought you'd have...
No, it does. I was just trying to find, but then I said soft-hearted, and later on I said komal. Komal represents soft-hearted.
I was going to say, you probably have more words in Hindi than we do for such a...
A lot, yeah. A lot of them, but yeah.
So a big thank you to Srimati Yogamaya Dasi and to Sriman Bhakti Bihari Das. Really appreciate the beautiful joint Pushpanjali and having darshan of their deities and that beautiful murti. That's absolutely radiant. So very, very grateful. And Vipin, thank you so much for battling with the monkeys and doing a fantastic job translating. It also was quite amusing. I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen next. So
I actually forgot that I had to translate. So anyways, right.
Well done.
So
beautiful.
Thank you so much to all of you.
Thank you so much. Vanchakapatubhischa Kripasindhuevicha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namaha. And remember, on the 22nd to the 24th, we have the Gurupranim. We're having 192 slots of people speaking from across the world, glorifying 14 Nichilirashtatara Mahabhagavats. It's going to be an epic occasion, so please look out for the promotional material. It will all be on Zoom, and everybody is more than welcome. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam to all devotees.